Beloved, welcome back to the shop. I was very pleasantly surprised how many of you enjoyed the restoration of the 425C vintage Coleman cook stove. By the way, today's video is made possible by our good friends at Simply Safe, where there's no safe like Simply Safe. In addition to that, some of you saw that I had the U.S. Forest Service inspired campaign box in the background, and you wanted to know what is inside of that. Well, I'll tell you, this is a very clever design. This is everything that 4 men would need to survive in a rough, austere environment in the wilderness and just be as comfortable as could be. You are in luck. It just so happens that I am installing this into the war camp, and today you have an opportunity to get a rare glimpse inside war camp as we'll set this up. We'll go over each individual item. Everything is meticulously sourced. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's get it loaded up and head on down to the river. The Warband's campaign field kit is exceedingly heavy because it's chock full of really cool things, so I am going to unload it because I can't pick it up by myself. But I do have a radio update. I want to show you what my manservant's been up to. I have some news on the Proho 3 Radio Kit 2.0. Mr. Evan from Radio Made Easy is back in town, and those orders are putting together and will be shipping out very, very soon. But in the meantime, Mr. Evan, and bless him, has supplied us with the Super Skookum. This is like, what would you call this? Municipality grade antennas. These are Japanese. This is better than what some governments have. We are in the communications business, so we'll be updating you on that as well as installing in the truck. But let's get back to our kit. And because I'm a petulant child and I can't keep a secret, I'll tell you, one of you is going to be getting a complete set of body armor, and that doesn't even scratch the surface of what we're giving away. Our friends at Premier Body Armor are putting together the mother of all giveaways, and all the stuff is trickling in. It's going to be about a week or so before I get this up and running, but you are not going to want to miss this. So if you've been wanting body armor and the good stuff too, there's going to be an opportunity for you to get the mother of all. You're going to be completely set up. I can't even begin to tell you. I've got so many exciting things going on. I feel like a one-armed paper hanger around here. Let's start with the box. So the UFSS campaign field box is designed to be man-portable by 2 people. There's only one of me. Manservant's down working in the war camp, so I'm going to unload this, but I'm not going to show you what's inside. One thing that I did add since last time when we built this, and I've got a full series on building this if you'd like to go back and watch it, are these grab handles so that it's a lot easier to manage. So that's about the only thing that I've changed. So let's unload this and then we'll head on down. Here's the inside view of the campaign box. Everything is very purpose-built and specific for a particular task. And now, even like this, it's pretty heavy, but I should be able to manage it here by myself, even in my weakened state. Also, while we're at it, my manservant had set up a little display here to show you a visual aid. A lot of you thought that we should, when we restored it, that we should have painted it back to make it look like brand new. The other half said, don't touch it, leave it. We like the Boba Fett look, you know, kind of the old, well taken care of but well used. What do you think? I'll put a poll up there and let me know. Do you think we should paint it? I had some sample colors here. We were trying to match this up. It's hard to match this up perfectly. We could get it close. But let me know, what do you think in the comments? Should we leave it as it is, or should we do a full restore on it? Hit that thumbs up, gentlemen. We sure do appreciate it. If you like these sorts of videos, you know, how well they're received depends on whether or not I make more of them. Welcome to the war camp. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I wasn't going to tell everyone until tomorrow, but I'm just too excited. Mrs. W is leaving for 7 days. She's taking the sweet loaf. She's going back to the Midwest to visit her parents. That means I'm home alone. And I thought, what better opportunity am I going to have? I've got 8 days. I'm going to live down here, off-grid, primitive style, and I'm going to live stream a lot of it. But I'm going to make this available to the members. So here's what's going to happen. So here's my routine. Every morning at 5 o'clock, I get up and I come down here and I start my fire. I spend time in God's Word. I do my Wim Hof. I do my cold river dip. We do the whole thing. I'm going to do that with you, and I'm going to make it all live to members only. Now, I'm going to do it in a live stream in the morning for sure, maybe in the evening as well for members. But if you want to, let me just tell you this. If your life is so good now that you don't think it can be improved, maybe this isn't for you. But if you want to make some changes in your life, if you've fallen away from God and your faith, I invite you as an opportunity for us to have a revival together that we can, well, I'm not going to promise you anything, but I will bring you along and we will do this together. We will do the cold river dip together. We'll do our stretching. We'll do our exercises. I'll show you my routine. We'll spend time in the Word. We'll pray for one another, and we'll just see where that takes us. It's going to be 7 days, and I'm going to stay down here. I'm going to sequester myself. Tomorrow, I'm putting together my meal plan. We're going to cook down here. We're going to be utilizing everything in the campaign box. It's going to be amazing. So if you want to participate in this, and I know it's not for everyone, then join the membership, and I'll be doing a video tomorrow laying out the details. It might even bring you along for my meal prep. I'll tell you what things you're going to need for yourself. You can do this at home. You don't have to even be up at 5 o'clock. This will be available for you that you can watch it when you get home. If you're an evening guy, if you're a morning guy, whatever, we'll make it available to everyone. But this is going to be for members only, and I'm super excited. I need a little bit of a detox from the craziness of life, and to be able to spend 7 days down here and really have time to connect with God and nature and share it with you guys. I'm very excited. I've never done anything like this before, and I invite you to join me, but I'm only going to make it for members. The good book tells us, do not cast your pearls before swine, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's set up the kitchen. Let me give you a 360 what's going on. We have got a 14 by 16 canvas wall tent here. That's our footprint. Now here we've got our power supply, everything off-grid. We've got our diesel furnace. We've got 2 EcoFlows, and we got our Dometic refrigerator freezer. On the back wall here, we'll have our campaign box. Now I brought this small table, wondering if I can't put the campaign box on that. We'll try it in a minute. I'll be sleeping on the cot here, U.S. Army cot from World War II. We've got our wood stove, and then out there I had my manservant, Mr. Jiraiya, bring down my small vise and a big block of wood. We've got some fun projects we'll do together. Who knows where that may take us. So let's put this over here on the table and see if that works. This might be just the right height. Now I plan on building a platform for this. Look at that. This is going to be really good. Because what we have here is that Coleman stove that we rehabbed is going to be right here. And now we have a nice even surface. So this is actually going to work out just perfect. Let's start with the stove. West Coast, particular Pacific Northwest Proho, has his priorities in order, and we start with the most important part of the day. We take our coffee very serious up here. A lot of people take coffee very seriously. Here's a fun fact. In the Civil War, there was actually a rifle that was issued that was equipped with a coffee grinder in the buttstock. What does that tell you? I think guys can endure a lot of pain and hardship if they have small things to look forward to, and something that a lot of us really look forward to is coffee. So how do we make coffee properly off-grid? Well, I can tell you everything I'm going to share with you, everything has been sourced, has been meticulously considered. You know my personality, how I obsess on this sort of thing. There is nothing, there's no fluff here. There is tried and true, proven, the best quality, the best that I could get. You know, you can go crazy, you know, getting to the nth degree with everything, but everything here is very, very intentional. Starting with the water. So my morning starts with boiling water. So we're going to have our Winter Well stainless steel kettle, which will heat our water on top of the wood stove. It takes about 20 minutes to heat that. From there, we're going to grind our coffee. Now this is a Hario. This is the very best manual coffee grinder that I've ever seen. It has a jar on the bottom that collects the coffee grinds, and you can see a very nice, I think it's got a ceramic grinder in there, so it does it properly. And how it works is you take your raw coffee beans, and I have not stocked my provisions. That's going to be for tomorrow. I'm going to do a full, Mrs. W and I are going to go out and we're going to get all that. But you pour your coffee beans in here just to give you a little taste. We're going to be doing this for members. We're going to be doing this together every morning. And it's a delightful process. And you sit by the fire while the water is heating up and you grind your coffee and it falls in the bottom. It's one of my favorite parts of the day. And this is made by Hario. From there, I have my Anchor Hawking, my measuring cup. You'll see these in bars a lot for measuring. It has your millimeters, milliliters, tablespoons, ounces. This is a really nice thing to have in your kitchen. I measure out my 4.5 ounces and I pour that into my BrewTech vacuum French press. This is nice. You can press your French press is a nice way to brew coffee, and then once you press it, it stays warm in there, so you can have a second cup hours later. Very, very nice piece of kit right here. From there, my little Yeti tumbler, and this is what we'll be drinking the coffee out of course, with heavy local organic cream. So this whole coffee kit is designed to fit in there, and this is basically where the day is going to start. Let's get into the next round, which is going to be cooking implements. Beloved, as most of you know, we were in a level 3 evacuation of our home not 3 weeks ago from a big wildland fire to the north that was threatening our home. Mrs. W and I took great comfort knowing that our home was protected by our Simply Safe security system in the event of people that looters would try to take advantage of the situation and break in and steal. I want to show you how we set up our system, some of my favorite features, and why I think Simply Safe is the best value and the best security system on the market. Anyone who approaches my front door is going to be met with an array of security cameras. One of the cool things about the Simply Safe system is that a lot of the stuff is wireless, and you can set these up on these magnets anywhere. We have full 360 coverage of wireless cameras that we can monitor on our phone from anywhere in the world. From wireless doorbells that we can play audio through, we can answer the door from our phone anywhere in the world, and no one would know if we were home or not. Proho is not very good about keeping keys, and I have wireless entries or punch keys in which do my deadbolts so I can let myself in when I don't have keys on me. And let's say someone did make it through the front door and into the foyer. Well, this is Simply Safe's exclusive 24/7 live guard protection and smart alarm indoor camera. Within 5 seconds of this camera activating, we're going to have folks that are at Simply Safe monitoring speaking to any would-be intruder, and if that doesn't work, they'll be able to call emergency services and get law enforcement on the way. Also, all of these cameras could be used anywhere in the world. You can monitor and speak using the Simply Safe app. With the app, you can access all of your cameras, as I said, anywhere in the world, and answer your door. Let's say your UPS driver comes in, you can answer, you can give instructions, whatever, through the camera. And what's cool is when you shut these off, if you have any concerns, you get an actual shutter that goes over the lens. So you know that nobody is watching you because they can't see through that shutter lens. There are so many cool features when you're building out your system. I, for one, put a panic button next to Mrs. W's nightstand. She can simply reach over here and press it and activate our full security system. We have a full array of door sensors on all doors and windows. We have motion and glass breaking sensors in the case someone wants to come through a window. There's so many different sensors you can choose from when building out your system. We have water detection sensors under the washer and dryer in case a hose were to break when we're away from home. There really is no limit with what you can do with the system. This is the wireless keypad that we put by the door. You can activate the alarm when you leave the house. If you forget to activate it or you want to turn it off because someone's coming over, you simply visit the app and you can have complete control over everything. All of this comes at a cost of about $1 a day. There are no hidden fees. You can cancel whenever you want. There are no contracts. Also, I have a special offer. Our friends at Simply Safe are offering 50% off of your system if you order today. Plus, you get a free indoor security camera, and your first month is free when you sign up for Core Monitoring. If you'd like to start building out your own system like ours, go to simplysafe.com/Wranglerstar, where there's no safe like SimpliSafe. Now this is the cast iron, all the cast iron that I've sourced for the campaign kit, and this was chosen out of historical records, photos that I could find, and my own personal experience of doing similar things growing up in our elk hunting camps. One of the real, I've got some old and new here, but one of the most precious things here, this is a Griswold cast iron waffle maker. We had 4 of these in the big elk hunting camps growing up that were going, and we would have hot waffles, and we're going to be doing this. A lot of this stuff has not been seasoned. I've never used it, so there's going to be some learning curve on this. But how it works is you pour your waffle mix in there, and then we'll cook it on you can cook it on your wood stove or on the Coleman, and then after a certain time you flip it and you brown both sides. Isn't that charming? Even a little overflow to catch, when you put too much in, which is, Proho's going to do that. But this is a beautiful American number 9 Griswold. Super awesome. This is a Lodge, looks like about a 10-inch pan. This is brand new. It's not seasoned. I don't know how to season these outside of an oven, but maybe there's someone in the members that will be able to help. We'll have to figure it out. I want to figure all this out, and we learn by doing. And then we've got a Dutch oven, also brand new, a big Dutch oven. We've got some spices in there, and a stainless steel mixing bowl. So that really makes up the heavy, the really heavy cooking items. As I mentioned, the campaign box was designed to fit all of these things neatly without being too crowded. So we can pull them out as we need them. It keeps everything tidy and organized. We're going to be doing some bushcrafting as well. I'll bring all my kit down here. We might even try to cook something over. We'll build a tripod and cook it over open fire. We'll see. I'm not making any plans or any promises. We'll just see where it takes us. And I don't know that I ever put this in here. I think it doesn't matter. We'll put that. I'm sure it'll fit in there. Just like that. How's that? Next up, we'll take a look at the utensils. Now, a wood cutting board. Goodness, beloved, do not be using plastic cutting boards. You know how it gets all chopped up? Where do you think all that plastic goes that's no longer on the board? It's in your body, and it stays in your body. Only cut on wood, only prep food on wood. Maple and walnut, this is very nice. This was actually made for me by one of my subscribers. A little bit dirty. How about this? Is this not the biggest open L you've ever seen? This is a good one right here. This is good for cutting loaves of bread. I just love it. It's one of my favorite things. Shout out to the middleman who hooked me up with that, and a small open L paring. I just love the open L knives. They're French made, very traditional, and they're just very, very lovely. And I think that they really complement the field kit well. So we've got the big one and the little one and the butter knife. We've got some old school can openers right here. Miracle Roll. This is a combination can opener, manual, as well as bottle opener, and a corkscrew if need be right there. So those are kind of fun. Those are old school. So we have a mix of old and new, but I thought those were kind of fun. A good heavy spatula, good stainless steel there for scraping, and I like to have a big flipping eggs, whatever we're going to do. Proho likes his cheese, so we have a cheese grater there, as well as a pair of tongs, big tongs for flipping bacon or whatever we make. And then something new, hard to go wrong with these spatulas because they're so good with the stainless steel bowl for pancake, waffle mix, that sort of thing. Not traditional, but very handy to have. Also, I nearly forgot a stainless steel ladle, small ladle spoon combo. Now, as I mentioned, that this is a 4-man campaign box, meaning it's got everything you need for 4 men. 4 coffee cups, 4 bowls, and 4 plates of their traditional porcelain tin. I like those. Those are pretty cool. And they're lightweight and they store really nicely. Now, of course, since we're Pacific Northwest, man, we don't like having cold coffee. So I do have a full set of BrewTech. These are similar, comparable to Yeti. These are insulated, vacuum, double insulated cups. They're just, especially when it's cold out, that just make your coffee stay warm. And I got the space for it, and it's worth it to me. For flatware, we have just kind of the traditional all-in-one, nothing fancy here. Just the basic Coleman kit. A lot of you guys that were camped in the 60s and 70s, you kind of remember these. 4 forks, 4 spoons, and 4 knives, all in a nice little case here. So this basically makes up the flatware plates and cups and saucers. One ancillary item that I've added to the field kit is a Rothko canvas bag. These have been made since the 50s, and this is just handy as could be. If you need to go forage, pick berries, pick mushrooms, these are wonderful. And the nice thing about it is they fold up really small and you can poke them in the field kit. If you're taking your dishes to the stream, if you need to pack things, groceries, what have you, this is a wonderful thing. And of course, emergency coffee beans for Pacific Northwest man. But I thought that this was a great addition to the kit. Now finally, hygiene. How do you wash and take care of these things? So this is a really nice, this is a nature hike glamping here. Goodness, I guess we're kind of glamping down here, aren't we? We have power. This is a really nice, a little basin that folds up flat that is waterproof that you can wash your dishes in. So you can go down and grab water at the stream or from your well, get some soap going, pour some hot water in there, and you can be able to wash your dishes without being somewhat civilized. So what I have spec'd is Dr. Bronner. Dr. Bronner Hemp Peppermint Soap. This is the best soap ever. Get yourself some of this. The smell of it, it's all natural. It doesn't have any paraffins in it. You don't have to worry about it. It's just try to be as natural as possible when you're buying these chemicals. So Dr. Bronner's, you can bathe with it, you can wash with it, you can wash your dishes. And then I got this OXO scrubber. Because, you know, that cast iron, you know how it is. When Proho's going to be burning his eggs, we got to get in there and scratch that out. So you can, I think you can take this cap off, fill that with some Dr. Bronner's in there, and have some nice suds going on. Some matches, emergency matches to light the stove. Some 100% cotton dish towels for drying. I think there's about a half a dozen in there. And then a roll of plastic bags for the garbage that you accumulate, rinds and food you don't eat, that sort of thing, and a lighter. But that really, basically there, that just makes up, that little bin is nice in the campaign kit because you can put all these, a lot of these items that won't fit, and you pretty much put almost all the contents in here. So let's take this and we'll load it in. I'll show you how everything fits. And beloved, I don't want to come off like I've got all this figured out. You know, we learn by doing, and you can build this stuff and you can think about it the best you can, but until you actually get in and start using it, you know, it's hard to know how everything's going to work. But this top section here has pretty much been reserved for all of the, I don't remember how I had all this stuff in here, all of these utensil items. So all of our spatulas, our spoons, our knives, our cheese graters, our butter knives. I think I probably should have put the cutting board in there first. I think that goes in there first, but we're going to use that, so we'll keep that out. Our big open L's, but any of those things, our flatware, those are all going to go nice in there. And I know I had this all fitting one way, some way. There we go. It was all purpose built. And then we've got the dishwasher, all the dish stuff. So you can see right there, and then there's plenty of room. The coffee stuff fits up here. There's plenty of room and it's not overcrowded. And then our Roscoe bucket right there. And even with the stove, once we fold that down, everything fits neatly inside. Now this is not provisions. This is simply all of the utensils that we're going to use. Tomorrow we'll do the provisions and I'll show you where I keep those. Over here to the west, I guess it would be all the utilities. This is a 12 volt or 120 Dometic refrigerator, freezer, cooler. Goodness, that's kind of grody. I need to clean that out. This is where we'll be keeping all of the things that we need, our steak, meat that we need to keep cold, and that will run off the 2 EcoFlows, which are being supplied by that 400 watt power or solar panel that you saw as we drove up. So we should have plenty of power. We've got extra kerosene for the lamps. We'll have white gas down here, extra for the Coleman, but I guess this gable end right here pretty well makes up the kitchen utility portion of the war tent. Here's our white gas. So we'll have a gallon there, which will be more than enough. So that makes up, this is going to be our whole experience, and we're going to be hanging out together. So outside here on the portico, I have a small camp table that I do. We'll be doing projects and stuff out here. We'll be doing some bushcrafting here, and those members who join me, I know you're not going to have access to a river, or maybe some of you do, but most of you don't. You can do the shower. We'll all do this together, and I'll show you how to start, and I'll share with you the benefits. Mr. Jiraiya did a beautiful job laying the steps out. We'll be going down here every morning, and it's going to be a wonderful thing. So when are we going to start, and how is this going to work? I'll make an announcement to members tomorrow. I'll start the members only content of how you can get your things ready and get prepared. If you'd like to follow along, you'll be able to follow along in your own home at your own time. Mrs. W flies out, I believe, on Saturday morning, so I will. It'll either be Saturday or Sunday. But once it happens, then we'll start 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'll be down here for the duration. I have to leave one time because I have a medical appointment I have to go to for the dirt bike crash. But I'll just go there and I'll come right back. But the whole time, the 8 days, I guess 7 or 8 days, we'll be down here, and it's going to be super fun. So I really do appreciate all the members. I have not shown you the love that I should have, and I want to make it up to you. This is going to be something special, and hopefully it'll be a revival for all of us, because I think it's more important now to be ready. It wouldn't surprise me if the Almighty returns in our lifetime, and you're not going to get caught lacking. I'll tell you, whether you believe or not, it doesn't make any difference. It's irrelevant. All of us will be judged according to our deeds, what we've done and what we've said. And if you want to pay the penalty for that yourself, then you know what that penalty is, and the penalty is death. But if you want to live, and you want to enjoy eternal life, and you want to be out of this horrible world, then you need to get right with your God, and this is where it starts. It starts a journey, a 1,000-mile journey, as the Chinese proverb says, starts with one step, and this might be starting for you here. So join our membership, come and hang out with us, and it's going to be awesome. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.